In a world of seemingly endless podcasts comes what many would call another one. This week the two men ask, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Welcome to another episode of the Two Men podcast with me, your host, Tim.
And Phil!
Yay. Thanks for joining us on this lovely day. So this week, we decided we were going to bring up a new topic, our hopes and fears of our childhood.
No, that's
what
not
did you want to be?
do.
Yeah, I thought you said we were going to do both.
Well, we disagree. We're going to do... we're going to do what we wanted to be when we grow up.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we can.
So this week, we're going to do...
What we want to be when... Well, no, we're already grown up. Let's do that again.
This week, we're going to do what we want to be when we grow up. If we grow up.
What we wanted to be when we were grown up.
Oh, what we wanted. This is past
we're
tense.
now,
we can't be that now?
I don't think there's any more growing up left
for us. Are we out of time?
Yes.
We can't be an astronaut anymore if we wanted to?
This goes back to our deathbed regrets. That's all you got.
You're crushing my dreams.
All right. So, all right. You're right. Let's start again.
No, we've started.
All right.
That's it. We're doing this.
Okay.
You've crushed my dreams. I'm making you continue with this podcast.
All right. What'd you want to be when you grew up? What'd you want to be as a kid?
An astronaut.
That's kind of on the nose. Why'd you want to be that?
Because they have space lasers.
Yeah.
And they drive spaceships really fast with Wookiees and things.
That wasn't NASA, though.
It doesn't have to be. You didn't ask me about NASA.
No, but
you just asked me what I wanted to be.
You want to be an astronaut. How seriously did you pursue this?
Oh, with all the seriousness that any 8-year-old can manage.
I mean, did you do a merit badge in it, or did you do any? Did you look up space on?
No, my mom and dad bought me an erector set for Christmas, and I built robots and stuff. So,
oh, okay,
that's as close as I got to being spacey,
like a
astronaut.
Scientist.
Yeah,
right.
I was very science. I had a chemistry set.
Oh, everybody had one of those chemistry sets.
Great
until
stuff.
You ran out of chemicals.
You could always get more.
That costs money, young man, and money does not grow on trees.
Nah, you just go out to the shed and you find some bleach, or you can find all kinds of chemicals.
I was not allowed to mess with the bleach.
Oh, see, I wasn't either, but I still did.
All right. So you didn't become an astronaut?
No, shocking plot twist. I did not become an astronaut.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is really. It makes me sad.
Because when I think you, I think Chuck Yeager, I think Alan Shepard. That's what I'm thinking. You're the right stuff. Did you drink Tang? A lot of Tang?
I did drink Tang when I was a little kid. That was great. Yeah, because the astronauts drank it. You had to drink
that's right.
Tang.
You had to drink Tang.
It's the only reason to drink Tang. There is no other reason on the face of this earth to drink Tang.
That's as close as you came. That was your commitment to being an astronaut.
Yeah, I was willing to drink Tang.
Yes.
I think that's a sacrifice enough because that stuff was gross.
That's the strangest thing about Tang is I think that if I had asked my parents to drink Tang, they would have said, "You're not drinking that
whatever that powdered
water." And you're not. But when the astronauts endorsed it, it was like, "Oh, well, then it's good for you. It's like nutritious." Tang, what Kool-Aid in orange form. That's really all that Tang was.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Yeah, healthy for you.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to dig up old stuff.
This had to do with the pyramids, didn't it?
I don't know. I just wanted to dig up old stuff.
Oh, I assumed it was during the 70s when the whole Egyptian pyramid craze
I guess.
I thought maybe that was what
maybe
kicked it off.
that would have been part of it. And here's the strangest reason why I did not pursue it, because I was serious about it. I was going to be an archaeologist. I was at the museum. There were cats.
Mm-hmm.
There were mummies. And it made me so sad. And my brother came up to me while I was looking at these mummified cats and said, if you're going to be an archaeologist, you're going to have to dig up dead cats. And the thought of that I realized that he was right, but the thought of it made me so sad that
is such a dick move.
It was. It was a brother move.
Oh, totally. Siblings can get away with that garbage. They're the ones that know, in the fewest number of words, how best to stick a dagger right through your heart.
Right. And on that day, I can remember distinctly letting go of wanting to be an archaeologist.
Oh,
I just let it go.
That's
it was
sad.
dear to my heart. My brother's words and those dead mummy cats, they did it for me. It's gone. Dead mummy cats.
Dead mummy cats. That was the deal breaker right there.
What else did you want to be? Fireman? Did you do the cliche? Fireman?
No.
I never did
not,
either.
I'm not a cliche. I didn't. I never really
astronaut.
wanted, other than the astronaut. But I maintain that is a noble thing to want to be. Yeah.
So what were you afraid of as a child? What were you afraid of?
What was I afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
Jaws.
More than anything.
Great white sharks. Snakes.
Really?
Yeah, really. No, I'm deadly afraid of snakes.
Afeared?
I'm afeared. I'm afeared of the snakes. No snake handling in this town. No, I don't like snakes. They creep me right the hell out. I don't like to be around them. I can be around them. It's not like I run screaming from the room or anything, but I get decidedly uncomfortable.
So as a child, you were afraid of snakes?
I was, yeah. And
where'd this fear come from? Was it?
I can tell you exactly where it came from. This one day,
Yeah.
my friend Roger and I were walking through the woods, and there was this old, like, little campsite kind of place, a little pavilion. And so we were poking around, whatever, and it has one of those primitive, like, stone, like, ovens where you would cook in and on.
Right.
Well, it had a little iron door on the front of it, and I took a stick and swung it open, and there was this freaking nest of snakes in there, and it scared me to death. I mean, I was a little kid.
Baby snakes.
There was a mommy snake. I mean, there was a big-ass snake in there. And I'm assuming other little ones with it.
Right.
In my mind.
But they were napping. They were napping. You interrupted their nap.
They were laying in wait is what was going on for a delicious little Midwestern child to feast upon.
You
would swallow whole after crushing in its coils.
You would have been bigger than a goat, right? At that age? They wouldn't have been.
Depends on the goat, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Maybe you were eatable over several days.
I'm sure I was delicious to that snake. I'm sure I looked quite delicious.
Did it run away?
I ran away. Are you kidding me?
You ran away. Oh.
I fled the scene
leaving
faster
your friend?
than...
Did you leave your friend?
Totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on his own, man.
Okay. Did he get
He's
bit?
absolutely on his own. That's a theme in my life. If there's a crisis, I'm out of there.
So if this podcast goes awry...
If someone stormed in here with a gun, you are on your own, pal.
That's right. Suddenly you would become nimble.
I would become very nimble in a hurry.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. The things that you're afraid of mostly are things that you can safely ignore, and it'll be fine. I mean, I know that a giant great white shark is not going to pop out of the toilet and bite me on the butt.
Did your friends tell you that was possible?
No, I mean, your
did
mind
you think
does crazy things when you're a little kid.
Did you think things could come out of the toilet?
No, but there used to be like this little pond that was so small you could throw a rock across as a child.
Right.
That I was afraid to swim all the way across the middle of because of seeing Jaws. That was terrifying.
But, there are also snakes in ponds.
Believe me, I'm well aware of that.
The ironic thing is there might have been a snake in there, but not a shark.
Highly likely, yeah, there were snakes around. So that wasn't a big deal. I'll tell you the one snake story that I do have that I actually think is kind of funny, even though I am the idiot involved. As with most of my stories, I'm the idiot involved. We were canoeing I was canoeing with three other guys, two people in each canoe.
This is a common thing in rural areas is to go canoeing.
Yeah.
That would pass as a weekend's entertainment.
Yeah.
Let's go canoeing.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We threw a cooler with beer.
Oh, so this was adolescent-ish.
Yeah,
yes.
This was adolescent. This was before you were supposed to have the beer.
Okay, so it was contraband.
So you have a cooler of beer. You have contraband, your cooler of contraband in the center of the canoe.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Matt is at the front. I am at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I look over, and there is a snake coming towards us in the water.
Right.
I alerted Matt that there is a snake coming towards us in the water. He alerted me that he did not care.
Right. And that concerned you.
That concerned me greatly because it was not coming towards his end of the boat. It was coming towards mine.
And you never know when a snake might have rabies.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that snake might have been foaming at the mouth. It was in the water. How did I know?
It's going to come right at you, jump out of the water.
It might have had a really shitty day and was just looking to take it out on somebody.
That's right. Or liked beer.
Or it might have liked beer. I mean, who knows?
Yes.
Again, I can only assume that it wanted to eat me.
Right. That's your basic assumption.
That is my basic assumption with snakes, is they just want to eat me. So, the most important thing I felt was to destroy the snake.
Yes.
So I stood up in a canoe, raised the oar above my head, and whacked that snake on the head as hard as I could possibly hit it.
Yes.
Now, as you can imagine, doing this in a canoe was a poor decision.
Yes.
On my part.
Yes.
So basically what happened then is it capsized.
Yes.
And then I recreated the miracle of walking upon the water all the way to the shore.
Oh. By miracle, you mean like wading and getting pretty wet.
In my mind, I walked on the water. I performed a miracle akin to what Jesus did with the apostles. I walked upon the water of the Embra River all the way to the shore so fast that the flash could not have caught me.
Wow. That's an impressive feat.
It really was. I abandoned Matt, the canoe, the cooler, and my oar along with the snake in the river.
What I keep hearing here is that in a time of crisis, you will flee and leave your whoever's with you.
You guys are on your own.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Again, I just want to be sure here.
I feel it's important for you to know this about me.
Yes. Well, if one thing, we're not going to go canoeing together.
Okay.
We're not going to do that. As you can tell, basically we want to be astronauts. We were afraid of snakes. I was afraid of being buried alive as a child.
Oh, God, that's horrifying.
Yeah, after my grandmother died and I saw her in the coffin, the whole thing, I was afraid that I was going to die, which you'd think I would be afraid of the dying part, but I was not. I was afraid that I was going to seem to be dead, and then that they were going to bury me and that I would wake up in the ground.
Yeah, I was totally afraid of that too.
Yeah, I was totally afraid of that. I woke up, I was afraid to go to sleep because of that. I was afraid to go to sleep.
I didn't go that far, but I thought about this a lot. I thought about like fail safes you could rig up, like a string going to a bell or something at the top.
They had.
Or
I looked
like a breathing hole so you could breathe in case you were buried alive.
Right.
Or maybe just a TV in case I got bored while I was down there.
Yes. That also seems reception might be dodgy though. You are under the ground, and where we lived, we only had 2 affiliates and PBS, which would have been horrible to be stuck inside a casket watching PBS. Which sounds like the name of an anime show.
Stuck inside a casket watching PBS.
Yeah. I wanted to be an artist, and I was an okay illustrator. That's what I would have said.
I could draw Snoopy. Does that count?
I think, what were those things like learn how to draw things? I could do those. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yes, you do. Those in the advertising in the magazines.
Oh, draw the turtle and...
Like it was like a woman. If you can do this, then you qualify to be in our school.
Yes, I remember those. Right.
And then you would submit, and then they would say, you show promise.
Did you submit one?
No, I never did. Even then, I knew it was...
I was very excited. I want to meet someone who did that because I always thought that was cool.
Well, it cost money to submit, and then... No, I think it was a free submission, but then... I think they offered you a position no matter what, and you could take their what would effectively.
You suspect this was a ruse?
I suspect that.
Are you suspecting they would tell anybody that they would let them in?
Like the comic book advertisement that told you could build a submarine. Do you remember the submarine advertisement?
Stop the presses. Are you telling me that was not real?
To the best of my knowledge, that was not fake.
Damn, Phil,
that was fake.
You're crushing my dreams left and right.
The X-ray glasses. I can tell you for sure. That's fake.
Did you have X-ray glasses?
I did. I ordered those.
X-ray specs, as they are called in the ad.
Yes.
That's exciting. I always wanted those.
For
scientific reasons.
Of course.
No other reason.
Of course.
Scientific reasons.
Of course. That's why I wanted them.
Right. Scientific reasons.
That's right.
Not-
Research.
Not pervert reasons.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
That's not why I wanted them. And that's
We
not
don't roll
how
that
they,
way.
That's not how they advertised them.
They advertise so you could see the bones in your hands.
That's right.
Nothing else.
That's all. Why else would you?
I can't think of a good reason.
Right.
No.
And you would always be benevolent
Mm.
and never leave your friends when there was a snake. So let me tell you this. So based upon this, you would have made a horrible Adam or Eve
What?
if you're afraid of snakes. So
I'd make a fine Adam. Thank you very much.
make a fine Adam.
I'd
I'm
be
just saying
perfectly happy to try.
But at the first sign of the serpent, you
Depends
would,
on the Eve, though, really.
But based upon what you're telling me, it doesn't.
It doesn't really, no.
You would have fled, right? So
what?
You
he doesn't deal with the snake. She deals with the snake.
So that
I think
doesn't make
you should
sense
review
to
your
me.
Bible, sir.
So did Adam not know the snake? Well, I mean, it was
we
the
didn't
serpent.
talk to him, did he?
You're right. He didn't
thought he
talk to him,
just
but he
talked to-
named everything. So you would think at some
Well, I
point they
guess he
would
would
have
have had to have named
met
it.
him.
Hmm.
It'd be like serpent next, seagull next. I would think that he named everything, so he would have had to have met the serpent.
Well, maybe he didn't meet the serpent.
Maybe he met a representative
Because he
of the
made-
serpent
yeah,
guild.
the serpent family. Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Well, he seemed slippery. No, but he had feet then.
Slippery.
He had feet then because the serpent was condemned to grow upon the belly of the earth.
Okay.
So at one point he had
Okay.
feet. So he met a salamander. So
he
Adam
met a
had a salamander. He
right.
met something with feet, alligator, salamander. And then Eve also would have met the serpent with feet.
But they couldn't have been called salamanders because don't they refer to him as the devil as a snake from the very beginning?
Well, that's the whole thing is the devil is actually, I mean, gets technical, but the devil, everybody says that that's the devil, but it just says serpent. There's nothing that
Okay.
references the devil. That's us writing on stuff like backward masking kind of a,
We're
like
backmasking the Bible.
That's right. It's like we're pulling a Lucas. But anyway, no, that's not, that's just
I
says
like that.
serpent.
You mean retcon
Oh,
rather than backmasking is like when the Beatles
yeah.
put all
like-
the satanic messages supposedly on
So
there.
what's the term you're using?
Retcon? Retroactive continuity.
Oh, yeah, that.
You retcon something.
Yeah.
Generally used as a pejorative.
Wow, man, you sound like you're some kind of expert in this.
I do sound like that, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm not.
When you use the word pejorative in any context, that sounds like expert talk to me.
I just like to find 4-syllable words that I can use once in a while.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's my maximum. I can't go to 5.
You can't go to 5.
No.
Stresses the tongues and teeth to go to too many syllables.
It does.
Plethora. I'm just testing here.
That's 3.
Plethora. Yeah, you're right.
Good job,
It is 3.
yeah.
Yeah, it is 3. Wow, see, you're pretty good. And you count.
I can count to 3 at the very least.
So did you learn syllables by clapping?
yes. It took all of my might not to clap along with plethora just now.
That's right. Plethora.
Very good.
Oh,
Good job, Phil.
everybody. That's sad that's how you learn language, isn't it? It's just a little.
You would think there would be a better system.
That's right. It's somebody goes, you know how we need to teach these kids? Clapping. They clap. It's like, it's just kind of, I didn't think it was insulting at the time, but in
Do you
hindsight,
feel insulted now?
in hindsight, I'm a little like, hey, did we ever have any happiness during our childhood based
Oh,
on?
all the time.
Hmm.
We built clubhouses. That was happy.
Oh, clubhouses
Mhm.
were always good ideas. That's how you knew that you were friends with somebody. That was kind of like a proposal because you would say to your friend when you were riding on your bike or you were walking the street, be like, you know what, maybe we could build a clubhouse. And that was the true test of friendship because if they demurred and said, well, I don't know, then you knew that you were not at that level of clubhouse friendship.
That's fair. Do you know, up until like 7 or 8 years ago, there were still remains of a treehouse that I built when I was a little kid.
Really?
Yeah, there was still, you could drive by this one tree that was in the corner of this woods, and there were like 2 boards left up
Right.
there.
And you know who's living there now? A snake.
A snake, probably. God damn it, Phil.
I'm just
You made it so I can never go back there again.
How close do you think you can become an astronaut in the future?
Maybe. I haven't put it to bed. I haven't said no. So
I tell you what. Step one. Here's my recommendation. Start drinking Tang again. That would be, I think, the level of commitment that you're ready for.
I think that would definitely show that I am committed to being an astronaut. Do they make Tang anymore?
Probably. But if you posted on Facebook that you were drinking
Surely
Tang,
not.
I bet you get some comments.
Probably so, because I don't think it's been made since the
Most
early
people
80s.
would say, "What's Tang?" I'm sorry. They would, no, I bet they still make Tang. They have to make Tang.
I doubt it.
It's like nutritious. It's like a fact of life. You can't. It's like they make vitamins still, don't they?
I think that went the way of Tab soda.
Oh, isn't Tab still around?
No.
It's gone?
No, it's filed away with Jordache jeans. I mean, these things don't exist anymore, Phil.
Are you sure?
Welcome to the 21st century.
So Tab went out of business. Now, there was Diet Right soda. I remember that. I remember Tabs. That was when your mom was trying to lose weight.
Exactly. That was mom soda.
That was mom.
Yeah.
When your mom was trying to lose weight, she drank Tab. That was like the thing. It's like, I'm drinking Tab because I'm on a diet. And don't say that I'm fat. That was the one thing. I'm on a so because you're fat. It's like, no, I'm on a diet. It's different.
What was the red soda that we had when we were
Big Red?
Big Red, that's it.
You mean
Big Red? I couldn't
the
remember
red soda that we had as a kid.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so I'm just getting back at you because of my senior moments. That was yours.
Yeah, I realize it was a very difficult word to remember. Big, thank you. Yeah.
Big Red.
Big Red was the soda. Do you remember drinking that at all?
Oh, yeah. That was like a...
Did you like it?
Not particularly, but you were supposed to drink it as it was a man thing. It was the energy drink of its time. I mean, there was no energy.
That might be. That might be. Okay.
They'd had the branding of
I don't remember
Red.
any advertising for it. I don't remember what the advertising was. I do remember really liking it when I was a kid.
Do you remember advertising for Ding Dongs? I distinctly remember.
I don't read those type of magazines.
Yes, you did. All right, but no, seriously, Hostess cupcakes and Ding Dongs.
Yeah, I remembered.
See, now everybody thinks that everybody I tell this to, they think I'm lying. But
wonder why that could be.
But do you remember King Ding Dong?
I remember King Ding Dong.
Okay, so King Ding Dong
and Twinkie the Kid.
Twinkie the Kid, right?
And what was the magician one? There was a third one.
I forget.
Fruit Pie the Magician. Right? Is that right?
Am
I making that up?
No.
Am I hallucinating again?
But you could not use that name now.
Fruit Pie the Magician?
You could not use that name.
Why not? Why couldn't you call it?
Yeah, you're right. You're
Fruit
right.
Pie the Magician.
Yeah, you're right.
If I want to be Fruit Pie the Magician, I feel like I should be allowed to be Fruit Pie the Magician.
King Ding Dong. I do
not want to be King Ding Dong.
King Ding Dong had crowds. They would cheer for King Ding.
What?
Crowds.
Okay, crowds.
They would
Make sure you enunciate when we're talking about King Ding Dong. We don't want to get in trouble.
But King Ding Dong. They changed the name though to King Dawns later on.
To what?
King Dawns.
Oh, King Dawns.
So King Dong.
I thought you were saying King Dong.
No.
Okay.
Because for that very reason.
That's like the porn version of King Kong, right?
So but there would be crowds for King Ding Dong. He would say, "Hello to everybody," and they would cheer like the count. Yeah.
Okay.
And there would be a jester who, for some unknown reason, would try to thwart King Ding Dong with some escapade, and he would be undone, the jester. And then
this is like the Hamburglar of the Hostess Fruit Pie world.
Yes.
Okay.
And at the end of the commercial, he would say what? King Ding Dong would say...
They're magically delicious? I don't remember. I don't know.
No, he would say, "Eat ding dongs, I command you."
That sounds like something you might hear after a wild Friday night.
Oh, I command you. Yeah. So everybody thinks that I'm making
the 70s was weird, man.
Everybody thinks I'm making that up. I swear I am not making that up. Did they change it back? Are they ding dongs still?
Yeah, they're called ding dongs.
But there was a time when they were king dongs.
I think you messed up and we're looking at generic ding dongs.
There was
They were like knockoff.
Yes, you're right.
like Chinese imported
Right.
King Dongs,
Those, trust me, I know the knockoffs.
taking good
I
jobs
still
away
would-
from our American Ding Dongs.
The taste of that foil on the ding dong,
You ate the foil?
no, but you would get bits of the foil.
You
It's
were a weird kid.
yeah, probably. As your mother didn't want you to drop crumbs, and so you would peel the foil back and just eat the part that was the revealed ding dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see this visual, but I'd like to impart to you how dainty Phil is holding his hands. It's like he's at a little tiny tea party, only
Right.
for like midgets or like fairies
You
or
can't say
Barbie
midgets.
dolls.
You can't say
Why
midget.
not?
I don't think you're
Is that not allowed?
I don't think so. But anyway,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take two.
yes.
You can't see this, but I'd like to describe the visual of Phil right now. He is holding his hands as if he's clasping tiny teacups,
Yes.
and he's getting ready to serve tea to like Strawberry Shortcake and her little friends.
Yes. That's
Holding
what-
his little wrap
And
for his King
Ding Dong.
Don.
King Dong or Ding Dong, whichever
You
it
know,
was.
the Chinese knockoff of American Ding Dongs. It's very adorable, actually.
And I can remember how you would accidentally eat some of the foil or taste some of the foil. And to this day, because that was when I see or touch foil, that's what I think of.
Well, that's your sense memory for foil.
Foil and ding dongs go together.
They're inextricably linked.
If you buried me and put me in a coffin and watched PBS and put foil on me, I would for the rest of eternity think about ding dongs.
Oh my God.
That's right.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. So when I go, wrap me up in foil and
And call you a ding dong.
So that's the way to go. So that's my funeral
way to
plan.
go.
That's my funeral plan.
That's
right
my
there.
funeral plan for you.
That's right.
Because clearly I'm going
With
to
a
outlive
little-
you because I'm going to flee danger faster than you are.
That's right. You're going to see death and run away
I'm going to see
because
death coming.
that plan has worked for humanity
so far.
So far, everybody that's has outrun death. It's been a very successful strategy.
It's worked for me so far.
That's right. Yeah.
I plan on
up to
sticking
now.
with that strategy from here on out.
That's right. I think that's right. The problem is when you get to the place where you're bedridden. Again, we're going back to the
You
bedridden.
can't really flee death.
You can't
if you're in
really
bed
flee.
now.
It's like you can't really flee. So your last ability to run is gone. All right.
That's very sad. Way to bring me
I
down,
will.
Phil.
I will make sure that there are no snakes in your nursing home.
I
That's my
appreciate
promise
that.
to
Thank you.
If any of the handlers, let's just call them handlers. If any of your handlers come in with snakes,
Oh, I thought you meant the snake. You mean my handlers?
your
Oh
hand-
my God.
if any of your handlers, anybody that cares for you, would have to be called a handler, I would think.
Probably. I mean, I am pretty much a circus act.
That's right. Yeah. All right. I think that's an episode.
If you say so.
Yes. I think it's reasonably talked about.
And it's time for another round of instant opinion. This time it's my turn to pepper Phil.
Pepper.
Pepper. That's a baseball term. You ever play
It's also
pepper?
plosive. Yeah. Go ahead.
It is plosive. A pepper Phil
Pepper Phil.
with a series of words or phrases, and he has to form an instant opinion within 10 seconds.
All right. We're ready.
This week, we have another theme. I like to have a theme.
He likes to have themes.
I
I don't
do.
care about themes.
Obscure superheroes or villains.
All right.
I need you to form an instant opinion
All
about
right.
these obscure superheroes or villains.
I'm ready.
Paste Pot Pete.
Paste Pot Pete.
Another plosive.
Sounds like a glue-ish superhero where you would use paste. Oh, that can't be right.
Reset that. Do that. Keep going.
I
I think you're onto something.
Paste Pot Pete. Pro is there's a lot of stickiness there. Bad con is there's a lot of stickiness there, and you're named Pete, which is not great with anyone unless you're a disciple. I guess.
Are you saying that Pete doesn't strike fear into the hearts of your enemies?
Paste Pot Pete. Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right. What would you rate him on a scale of 1 to 10 of threatening level? How threatening is he?
Pot is pretty threatening. If you're gonna throw it at me, he's 2.
Okay. 2. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl. I have heard of this recently because of things and because of that star person. And so Squirrel Girl, I think that's great. I'm going to give me a little extra time there. Pro is she's a squirrel. She's fuzzy. Downside is she's easily run over by cars.
Oh, that's her nemesis.
Yes.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, how threatening?
1.
1, okay.
Yeah.
You're more afraid of Paste Pot Pete than Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Matter Eater Lad.
Matter Eater Lad. I think I actually happen to remember Matter Eater Lad. You know what? That's pretty scary. But Pro is, you know what? No matter what you throw at him, he can eat it. So he's like a garbage disposal. That's a total pro. Negative is he might suck you down whole.
Okay. 1 to 10. How threatening?
I'm a 9.
Okay.
Matter Eater Lad.
That's pretty frightening.
It's a pretty broad scope.
Dazzler.
Dazzler. Not to be confused with the Bee Dazzler. So I would say that's a pro because it's bright. It's a negative because you're blind.
1 to 10. How threatening?
5.
5. Okay. Granny Goodness.
Granny Goodness. I think I remember this one. And older people are great because I am one. And con of that is that they require care.
That's pretty weak sauce. 1 to 10. How threatening?
4.
Okay. All right.
Okay. He's keeping track.
I am. Yeah, this is a scientific survey.
Yeah, that's right.
Your answers matter. The Whizzer.
The Whizzer.
Yes.
It's a pro.
Whizzer.
It's a pro because I had a Whizzer as a kid.
Okay.
Do you remember dear Whizzers?
No,
Did you
I
not
have
have
no
a
idea
Whizzer?
what you're talking
Come
about.
on, you have to have a Whizzer. All right, we're going to continue this. A con of a Whizzer is that they would spin out really rapidly and they would fall over. Hey, come on, you had to have had a Whizzer.
Is it like a top?
Yeah, it's like a top. You'd like.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty
All
sure
right.
those are Whizzers.
Okay.
Unless it's a
Interesting.
drink. And I could get them
Okay,
confused.
so 1 to 10. How threatening is the Whizzer?
Well, I used to burn my hands on them, so I'm going to go with 9. Whizzers.
Whizzers. Angar the Screamer.
How do you know these? Angar the Screamer. Pro Angar is that he's a screamer, which is associated with the painting, which is really popular. Downside is keeps me up at night with the screaming.
Okay. 1 to 10. How threatening?
4.
4. Lots of 4s in this.
Yeah, lots of 4s.
Bushmaster.
Bushmaster. Okay. Sounds like he would have power over vegetation, I'm guessing.
No.
That's a pro. Anybody that can trim your lawn, that's great. And downside to Bushmaster, he's not as good with weeds. I don't know.
Well,
That's it.
how threatening?
I don't know. 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. So on your scale, you are least afraid of Squirrel Girl
Yes.
and most afraid of Matter Eater Lad.
Yeah, I am afraid of Matter Eater Lad. That's
I don't blame
also
you.
Matter Eater Lad.
Matter
Try-
Eater Lad.
Let's try it. Can you say Matter Eater Lad?
Matter
Please?
Eater Lad.
Matter Eater Lad.
Matter Eater Lad.
Matter Eater Lad.
And that's been Instant Opinion with me, Tim.
And me, Matter Eater Lad. Bill.
Greetings. I am Alice, highly paid digital assistant to the two moderately entertaining nerds of the Two Men podcast. Want to let us know what you thought of the show? Have a topic you'd like to hear discussed? Feel like demanding your money back? We'd love to hear from you on 2 out of those 3 questions. Drop us an email at twomencast@gmail.com. In the meantime, please rate us and leave a review on iTunes or your podcast service of choice. Also, for all discussions moderately entertaining, you can find us at facebook.com/2mencast. Please join us again next week when we'll be guaranteed to be funny. Or not.